Isca, an Omega-level mutant with the power to never lose, origins explored. Welcome to this video about Isca, one of Marvel's most intriguing mutants. Isca is a character who has flown under the radar of many fans of the X-Men franchise. However, her recent appearances in the pages of X of Swords have brought her into the spotlight. Isca is a mutant who possesses the power of temporal manipulation, allowing her to control time and age at will. She never loses at any feat she engages in. But Isca's story is more than just her abilities. Her past is shrouded in mystery, and her motivations are unclear. In this video, we'll dive into Isca's history, her powers, and her role in the X-Men storyline. Join us as we uncover the secrets of this fascinating mutant. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. Isca the Unbeaten, origin explored. Isca, Genesis' sister and Apocalypse's sister-in-law, is an Omega-level superhuman with the ability to never lose. This power frequently governs her instead of the other way around, forcing her to commit acts she may not enjoy in order to stay on top. Isca the Unbeaten initially appears in the X-Men issue 12, Mutant, and she was created for the X of Swords storyline by Jonathan Hickman and Pepe Larraz. Isca abstains from voting as a participant in the Great Ring of Arakko, since her mutant weapon usually causes her to win, affecting the votes of others. Isca is also the aunt of death, war, hunger, and pestilence. Isca made up one of the numerous mutants that called Okaara home. To commemorate the birthing of her sister's 4 children, Isca fashioned the Scarab, a formidable 4-part sword, and gave it to her married brother, Apocalypse. The Scarab was regarded as the emblem of Okaara's Genesis line. As the mutants of Okaara went to battle the Amenthi daemons, Isca deserted her people and joined Annihilation's army, knowing that Okaara's fate was sealed. Because her ability was to only ever win, she felt driven to stand on the side that would win no matter how much agony she caused her family. Now working against her family, Isca accepted Tarn the Uncaring as her lover, a demon-mutant hybrid and creator of the Vile Schools. Several thousand years later, when Genesis had arrived at Arakko on a year-long quest, Annihilation instructed Isca to deliver a deadly ultimatum to her sister, telling her that she could redeem Arakko if she defeated the Dark God in some kind of a death match. The proposition was a trap. Genesis won the combat, but knew she would be sentenced to assume the golden helm of Annihilation and unite with the evil deity, resulting in Arakko's ultimate downfall and captivity under Mutant. When they all battle for Annihilation in Mutant, Isca was able to reunite with her people and family. Isca is very self-assured, no doubt because she expects to always win. Because of her great lifespan and inability to lose, she has become jaded, harsh, and ruthless. Like the majority of Araki mutants, she is a fierce warrior who values strength and power above all else. She does appear to have a humorous side, as she agreed to display her skills to Magic and Cable by partaking in a series of goofy games and challenges. Others do not trust Isca, since she must switch allegiances to constantly be on the side that wins. Marvelous story arc of Isca. Her role in the X of Swords. Isca joined the Arakko Swordbearers to compete in the Tournament of Swords against the Krakoa Swordbearers. During an inaugural banquet, she got together well with opponents like Cable, Gorgon, and Magic. Captain Britain was pronounced the victor when Betsy's weapon and body smashed into pieces as a result of an enchantment Saturnine had cast earlier. Isca participated in several other challenges, every one of which she triumphed in. Krakoa, on the other hand, managed to bridge the distance and win the last tie-breaking challenge, prompting Annihilation to assemble her entire army to annihilate Krakoa once and for all. Although appearing to be on the verge of victory, the Krakoan Swordbearers were eventually joined by the Captain Britain Corps and reassembled X-Men, changing the tide against Mutant. Isca's abilities drove her to switch to Krakoa's side. Her interaction with the X-Men on planet Arakko. Isca played a significant role in the X of Swords storyline, where she represented the island of Arakko in a tournament that would decide the fate of the multiverse. After the tournament, Isca, along with her family and the island of Arakko, was transported to Earth through the external gate. As one of the original members of the Great Ring of Arakko, Isca took her place in the ruling council of the island. When Magneto and Professor X visited Arakko, Isca met them and was presented with a Krakoan flower as a sign of their two nations' togetherness. Isca explained to them the intricacies of how their land was managed and that human beings still existed. She told them that hundreds of years of conflict in Mutant had turned the Araki into formidable warriors and rejected their methods of peace. However, she agreed to explore their offer of unification with her fellow Great Ring members. She cautioned them to remain on their secluded island along with their flowers until then. Isca supplied 3 Omega-level mutants to help Magneto reform Mars for Arakko during the Hellfire Gala. When the planet was ready for mutant habitation, Isca and the entire Arakko traveled to Mars via the external gate. Isca continued to manage the Great Ring and frequently clashed with Storm, Arakko's new regent. When Magneto contested Tarn the Uncaring for his position in the Great Ring, Isca was tricked into betting against Tarn by Magneto's old student Sunspot. Tarn's fate was sealed by her ability to never lose, allowing Magneto to kill him. Enraged that she had been exploited to doom Tarn, Isca broke Sunspot's neck. Isca is a complex and intriguing character, and her power of temporal manipulation, combined with her strategic mind and warrior spirit, make her a formidable opponent and ally. As she continued to navigate the complex world of mutant politics and relationships, fans could only anticipate what her next move would be. Her final stand on Judgment Day. When the Eternals, commanded by Druig, waged war on mutants, Arakko was dispatched to prevent them from meddling in Krakoa. As Uranos arrived, Isca was once again pushed by her abilities to switch sides, promptly killing Idil, a prominent participant of the Great Ring. Nightcrawler, a Krakoan mutant, teleported her to the ocean, wherein Sobanar of the Depths held her bound up, battling the monsters under his command. Uranos and his armory were defeated by the Great Ring and the Brotherhood of Arakko. After the fight, the Great Ring encountered a stubborn Isca. To defuse the tension, the Fisher King, the leader of the Table of Night, invited Isca to an understanding contest, with the victor being the one who thoroughly knew the meaning of loss. Despite the fact that Isca had always succeeded since the appearance of her mutant talents, the challenge taught her about loss. Seeing her errors and the fact that she did not fit in with the Araki, she resigned from her position on the Great Ring. She departed Arakko, imploring everyone else not to follow her. What makes Isca so powerful? Isca is an Omega-level mutant with extraordinary powers. Her most remarkable Omega-level mutant skill is that she never fails at anything she attempts. Isca appears to have a level of intuitive aptitude, since she seems to be able to acquire any ability well enough to outperform her opponent. She will not lose any challenge, wager, or contest, irrespective of whether it's a chance-based game or a battle. Probability is altered to Isca's benefit in games of chance. Nevertheless, this does not ensure that whichever team she is on will win. If the odds are stacked against her team, her power appears to take a hold of her and compels her to swap sides. This is disheartening for her starting team, as Isca's shift ensures their defeat. Isca's strength implies that her amount of free will is rather restricted, as her ability to prevent her from taking any path that may lead to her loss, even if she wishes to. Isca's ability to constantly win affects her physique, perhaps modifying her to look slightly to make her blend in. Isca's mutant weapon is uncontrollable. Isca is several thousand years old and has had a long life, yet she maintains she is not immortal since there is a triumph in death. Isca's strength allows her to outperform anyone's abilities. Isca recognizes that her skill does not protect her from death. Her skill is to win at any cost, even if that cost is death, because winning is not always desirable. Isca's skills can be utilized against her control, even when Isca does not want it. Marvelous verdict. In conclusion, Isca is a fascinating mutant character in the Marvel Universe. Her powers and undefeatable abilities make her a formidable warrior. Her recent appearances in the X of Swords storyline and her role in the ruling council of the Great Ring of Arakko have brought her back into the spotlight. As the X-Men continue to navigate the complex world of mutant politics and relationships, Isca's presence is sure to have a significant impact. With her powers and unique perspective, Isca is an essential addition to the X-Men's universe. Whether she is fighting for her homeland of Arakko or working with mutants from other nations, her strategic mind and combat skills are sure to make her a valuable ally. Isca's story is still unfolding, and fans are eager to see what the future holds for this complex and intriguing character. We can't wait to see where her story goes next. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.